and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the sort of high-end Bluetooth earbuds like the Bose SoundSport Free, Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, and the Apple AirPods Pro. Let's get started. Alright, first off, let's just go over the basics of each. These are the Apple AirPods Pro. These, if you can get a better look at them here. These are, as of recording this video, it's November 3rd. These are $230, I believe, on Apple's website. Alright, next up, these Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. These are $170, I believe. And last up, these Bose SoundSport Frees. These are, I believe, $200. I haven't checked in a while. Something I forgot to mention, the volume is at 50% for all of these. I figured it's sort of a mid-range where they're loud, not too bad, and you can still hear everything. Alright, with the AirPods Pros, let's start out here as an individual, what I like about them. Honestly, I like the looks of these. Everyone thinks you're cool if you have the AirPods Pros, and they're not too weird looking. They're pretty decent in your ears. And alright, comfort wise, let's see. They're not my favorite. They definitely fit in my ears, especially since I changed the ear tips. And you don't really notice them, like when you're listening to music, when you're just like sitting like this. You don't really notice them in your ears. They're light enough to where it's pretty perfect. And let's see, sound quality now. This is where it gets kind of complicated. So, highs and mids are pretty clear. They're not the clearest, but they're pretty good for most uses. You wouldn't really have any problems with them. Low end is definitely there. There's a lot of bass, but it's kind of muddy and flat compared to the other ones anyway. And sound quality, I'd probably give them 7.5 out of 10. Looks, I'd give them an 8.5, and comfort, probably a 9, I'd say. Let's move on to the Galaxy Buds Live. Alright, with the Galaxy Buds Live, so for comfort, they're not my favorite. For some reason, I don't know if this is my ears problem or the earbuds, but my left one fits in just fine, no problems. But then my right one is kind of uncomfortable, and it fits in, but it just doesn't feel as right and doesn't seal as well. Might just be my ears, but it's worth consideration. Because of this, other than that, they're great, but because of this, I'm going to have to mark them down to probably a 7. But if they did fit better, I'd give them a 9. They feel good otherwise, and they're very light, and they are very good comfort. Alright, so in terms of looks, I'll put this in, just kind of show you what it looked like. It's not the coolest, honestly. It's not my favorite, but I don't really care about looks as much as I do sound quality, and that leads me right into the next topic. Sound quality wise, they are very clear in the highs and mids, and lows down to a point, and they sound overall better than the AirPods Pros. And then the bass is very similar, actually. I'd say it's louder, but it's not as sort of pronounced. It's more muddy and not as clear. Right. Finally, the Bose SoundSport Free. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like these, and I would not buy these. Like, the first probably 2 weeks I had these, top broke off. I wasn't treating them bad or anything. It just like cracked and then broke off. I don't like that. The case is a lot bigger and feels cheaper than any one of these, even though these are the most expensive. And I had to struggle with these for like 10 minutes to get them to pair right, because they were just being annoying. I don't know. Sound quality, they're pretty good. I actually really like these. but I still wouldn't buy them because of the other reasons. Like, they sound slightly better than either one of these, the other headphones, but I wouldn't buy these. Like, it has plenty of bass, and it's pretty clear, it's pretty good overall, and the mids are very clear and actually by far the best. And comfort, they're okay. They feel pretty good in my ears, but they're really heavy, so and they stick really far out, and they're really heavy, so they pull down my ear. I don't like that at all. And they look really cheap. Like, just from this, they look really big and sort of cheap. So the combination that they look and feel cheap, and they're really expensive, they're good, but not good enough to recommend them. So let's see, overall now, it's a very close call. I'm just going to get rid of these, because these really just don't bother with these. I'm sorry, but you don't. These really come down a lot to personal preference. If wearing them in public and you really care, these are probably the coolest. And they sound very similar to these, but just purely based on sound quality and comfort, I'd have to go with these. So this, I'd give them probably a 4.5 or 5 out of 10. These, I'd give an 8 out of 10, and these I'd give like an 8.25 if I had to choose.